So we worked on login page. Now we'll work on our register page. So let's create the register page and we'll again create the UI only. Right now we'll create UI and after that we'll move to API and then come back to this to fetch the data from API and make everything dynamic. Alright, so in pages, new item, .NET MAUI, .NET MAUI content page XAML. Here we'll say register page, add, save everything. And now on login page, we have a button to go to register. So we are going to use this button. And when we click on this button, then we should go to it should lead us to the register page. On this button, I'm going to add a name. Let's say register BTN. And then I'm going to just use clicked event, add a new event handler. So I just name it so that this name gets generated with this name. That is the only reason. You can actually change this thing and you can just remove this name and you can rename this clicked event also if you want to. Let's do this. Register button clicked. We can actually remove this text name and we can just have this thing. So it will point to the same this thing. Now from here we want to go to register page. So shell.current.go to async. Now here comes the thing. I don't want the register page to be a root page. I want the register page to be a navigation stack page with that back button on the top. This is how I want it to be. So for root pages, we can register or we can directly add those to app shell and those automatically gets registered as root pages. But if we want to have some other navigation, the internal page navigation, for those we need to register the routes. Do let me in the comment if you guys are familiar with this shell routing or you want me to explain it. Maybe I can plan a dedicated video for shell routing. Alright, so register page, I want it to be an internal page. So we need to register a route. So we'll go to appshell.xaml.cs. In here, we will have other uh, routes as well. So it's better to have a method here. So we can say private static void, we'll say register routes, and we can call this register routes method from the constructor. And here we'll say routing dot register route, and here first is route, second is type or route factory. We are going to use route and type. So the name which we are going to use, so I am going to use name of the page directly. So we can say just register page and then type. When we try to navigate to this page, what this route basically, what page it should go to. It should go to type of register page, which is obvious. From register page we'll go to register page only. So this is name of, this is actually uh, equivalent to this thing. Okay, so here you can have anything and then you will just need to use this thing in login page.xaml.css cs. You will need to use it like this. Now because I'm using this version, so I'll simply use this. I'll remove this thing. I'll have this register route name of register page, and I'm going to use it here like this and save it. And now we should be good. It should go to the register page. Save everything and let's try to run the app. Then we'll start designing our register page.xaml. Alright, our app is here. So get started. Then register. It went to register page. If I go back, it will go to the login page. Right? Let's go to register page. Here we'll simply design this page now. Now first thing on this register page, we need title as just register, not register page. Save it. Now for the UI, we will have a similar UI what we have in login. So let's do this. Let's copy everything starting from scroll view to the end, and we'll have this padding 20 on register page. So first thing, let's add padding 20. And then let's remove this vertical stack layout and paste that thing. And we are going to add this controls namespace as well. Add this controls namespace, save everything. We can see this. We'll modify this. First thing, the main heading, it should say register. Save it. All right. Now the buttons, these should be the first button. It should be register. And then this text, instead of new user, it should say if this is an existing user. And then the next button, it should be login, not register. So we need to have event as well. When we click on this login button, it should go back to the login page. So here we are going to have this event. In here we'll simply say await shell dot current dot go to async, and here we can say just dot dot, which means go back. Save it. And now on click of this, it will go back. We have register, username, password. Now on this register page, we are going to have name and then email and password. So email, we are considering that as username. All right. What we'll do, we'll simply copy one of these things. So label, control, this no border entry and spacer. These three things we are going to copy in this vertical stack layout, and then we are going to say this is name, and the placeholder, it should say enter name, then this spacer, then next thing is username, which will say email here. So we'll say just enter email, and I guess we are good. Now if you notice, we have this background color. We need to add it everywhere. So instead of doing this, let's add this globally. I mean is, let's copy this no border entry. We'll go to our app.xaml here where we are setting the styles. We'll simply set style. Target type, we are going to have target type as this control no border entry. Now for this controls, we need to add that namespace. So we'll simply use the namespace, this controls, same namespace, and now we have this thing here. Here we'll say setter, and the property is going to be background color, and the value is going to be light golden red yellow. Save it. Now what we can do is up, and on this register page we can actually remove this background color. It should use from the that setting only global. Same thing, we can go to login page and we can remove the background color from here. All right. So name, email, and password, then register. And now on this page, we also want to have functionality so that user can upload his or her photo. Okay. So let's do this as well. Before name, we are going to have a control here where we'll simply ask user to upload image if user want. We are going to have one button indication and the image, blank image, then we'll have one button. So those are going to be side by side horizontally. So I'm going to use a horizontal stack layout here. You can use grid as well. There are multiple options for this. Horizontal options, I'm going to use center. Inside this, first I'm going to have a border. Inside the border, I'm going to have an image. And this image is going to be source. And this is going to be a default image, that is user.png, like this. Then after this border, I'm going to have a button with the text, let's say choose photo. Save. And this thing what I, let's design it. First thing, we'll need some spacing in here. We'll say 10 spacing between these two things. All right, now on this image, let's have a height of 80 and width of 80. Height and width of 80 pixel. I think it is okay. Let's do this. On this border also, let's have same height and width. Height. And then on this border, we are going to have a stroke shape, round rectangle of corner radius 40. 40. So this is uh, rounded actually. Rounded rectangle. So perfect circle. All right. Now on this image, let's say aspect center. Cool. Save it. Now on this border also, we are going to have a background color of the same color, light golden red yellow. Cool. Now this choose photo, we need this to vertically center. All right. Save it. Now we should be, for this image, it is already in center only. Save everything. Now we are good. Now when we click on this choose photo, it should actually open up that photo selection. But that thing will work later when we'll come to this thing, and then when we'll have our MVVM setup, then we'll work on this. Now for this register page, we are good. If we click on login, right now nothing would happen because we just added that. But if we go to back, then it should come. Let's restart it so that that back button also works from that login button. If we click on login, then it comes back to the. All right, app is here. Let's get started. Register page, login page, in register, login. It is working. Go to register page. From here also we can go back. Okay, go back, register, login. It directly comes, right? If we go register and if we click on this back button, there is this smooth navigation. But if we click on register and then click on this login, then it directly comes. For this also, we can go to register, and here we have one more parameter here, which we can say animate true. So if it had some frames there, it can try to animate it to come back to the login page. Let's quickly see if it shows that animation. Sometimes it does not, in mostly in debugging mode. It's not that smooth. Let's see. Get started, register, login. This is smooth. Great. Now we are good. Now we can go to the inner page, the main home page. Okay. What I'll do, I'll simply click on this login page and I'll go to home page. That is what we'll do. So we already have our home page. We have the default thing there. We'll go to the home page when we click on the login button on login page. So we have this thing. I'm simply going to duplicate this event and I'll say login button click, and here I'll say name of home page. But with this is not an internal route. This is root level global route. For this we'll say double slash then name of home page. Now let's use this on the login buttons click. So this is login. Here we'll say clicked, and I wanted to use login button click. Save everything. Okay. Now cool. Now next we'll work on the home page design.